Hello. All right, I hope you guys are ready for some e-learning. I kind of figure we're going to be fine with the freshmen. You guys have been doing computer stuff long enough and we're online with enough things that I'm not that worried. However, um, over the last couple of weeks, we've kind of looked at some different sites and some different things that you guys might be able to use, and one of those is Study Island. So I knew you'd be super excited about all of the opportunities that you might be able to have with a new website. So, wishes do come true, guys. If you would please, either write this down or if you can watch this and put up this stuff at the same time. I'm just going to run through how to get into Study Island and then I'm going to let you guys go with it. So it's studyisland.com, and what you should end up with is something like the website that I have in front of me. So I want you to go to the login up here in the corner. Makes sense so far. And then you get this member login, and there's a Study Island for home and a Study Island for school. So I want you to go into the Study Island for schools and log in there. And then you should end up with this login page. Now, on the login page, I starred mine because I wanted to make sure that I save it as a bookmark, because this is going to be the place that you go, like, for sure all this week. I might use some things between this and IXL and maybe even a little ReadWorks once in a while, but those doing Shakespeare, you're kind of on a different thing completely, but your lessons are still going to be in here for any assessment kind of things that we do. So that stuff is going to be in your folder as far as the daily, hey, let's talk about what's going on in Act 1. But your actual lessons, as far as what I'm seeing for how you're doing, that's going to be in Study Island. So everybody needs to know how to get into this. All right, so with Study Island, once you're here, you're going to go in and your username is your computer password. And just because I want you to see the student side, I made Gavin a student for just this purpose. So your email is going to be your username, and your password is going to be your computer password. So go ahead and put that in. I got to look his up because I don't know it. All right, so sign in. And you can save it. Go right ahead and save this right here. Now, this should be what you see once you go in. If I look over here for Gavin, it says down here in the corner, it has the active assignments. And so I just put in one of the freshman assignments to go ahead and start that. And if I go here to the start button that I can't hit, hang on, start. Then what I'm going to see is all of the assignments that I've got so far. So for one of the groups, this is what you're going to see when you open up your computer. Obviously, this isn't Shakespeare, but you've got introducing and closing topics, supplying, developing as evidence, organizing ideas, transitions, and then subject verb agreement. What those have done is given you one assignment per day, and I don't think any of them will take you over 20 minutes. One of the groups, you have something different, and it's going to be, I think you only have 3 assignments because there's longer reading passages in it. Shakespeare, you only have 2. One of them does say in your group to do yours first because it kind of just gives you an idea on Shakespearean language. So hopefully you already watched the video on the beginning for Act 1, and it's given you that, hey, go into this and just look it over first after you've done this one. So I'm going to go ahead and open one of these up and just show you what it is that you're going to be looking at. So over here, you have the lesson, and then you also have flashcards. So if you notice over here, none of these have flashcards. I don't think any of them did. So maybe the subject verb agreement. So if I go in and I go to subject verb agreement, you're going to see that this over here, it says you have a lesson, you have flashcards, and then you have a practice. Now, there is a game mode, but the game mode stuff is only once you get past the lesson. So teachers require that you take the lesson next. So you're going to do the lesson. So you go in, and it's going to tell you all the things that you need to know about subject verb agreement or whatever it is that you're doing. So read through these. This is your lesson that you need to do, and all of you can read. So I didn't go through and tell you exactly what happens on here. If you have questions on it afterwards, that's fine, but this is the lesson that you have to go through. Once you're done, you're going to hit finish, and it's going to take you to the next thing. So I'm going to go back to subject verb agreement because that was the first thing I had to do. Now you notice that flashcards is open. So I'm going to go into flashcards. I'm going to do each one of these show the question, show the answer, go through. Okay, once I'm done with all the flashcards, it just gives you examples of what you're going to be doing in your lesson. Oops, I need to do all the flashcards. So let's see if I can go through them all. Okay, so now I can finish. Got them done. Done a great job so far. You actually need to look at them and flip them, but I'm just trying to show you what it's going to look like. Now, once I get done, I can go into my practice mode. So go into practice, and which of these sentences is written correctly? You have to choose the one that's written correctly. If I choose this one and I submit, it's right. Yay me. Go to my next question. If I get one that is wrong, okay, it actually gives me an explanation that tells me why my answer is wrong and what the right answer should be instead. Okay, so that is how you do all of these. If, let's say, you're getting this done and all of a sudden you've got a sibling that comes in, or, you know, mom wants you to empty the dishes, or you've got to go to your job, or whatever it might be, if you can't finish the lesson, not a big deal. Save the session though, and then you come back to it later so that you can finish it. So you can continue the session later, or you can hit done. Okay, now this one says it's in progress. These lessons right here, notice it says week April 6th to April 12th. They're all due by the end of the day on April 12th. And that's what most of these are going to say, because I know some of you have jobs. Some of you are watching younger siblings right now. You know, you're busy, and I understand that. So what I've done is I've made it so hopefully you don't have more than about a 20-minute lesson each day, but you've got a little bit of English or a little bit of reading that you're going to do each one of the days. Like I said, one of the groups you have 3 lessons and that's it, and it's because you have more reading that goes with it, and some of the passages are a little longer, so to make it so that you had a little more time to get it done, I gave you 2 days to get those finished. So hopefully that was good. When you're done, you know, log out just like you would, or don't log out. It doesn't matter. You can always refresh and go back later. So hopefully that gives you a little idea. If you can't get on or there's some other problem, please text me. My number is right in Schoology. When you open it now, you should see it says Mrs. Gunderson's number right there. So give me a call or a text or something so that we can get you onto the system so that you can get your lessons finished. So any questions, please let me know. All right, good luck.